peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. Psalm 4 at Yemid, NIV. Have you noticed how night lowers your defenses? During the day, you manage. You distract yourself. You keep moving. But at night, when the noise fades, what you truly feel finally has space to breathe. And tonight, you feel tired. Not just physically, emotionally. This prayer is for that place. There is a kind of exhaustion that comes not from doing too much, but from feeling too much without release. You held things in today. You stayed composed. You didn't say everything you felt. And now, alone with this quiet, your heart feels heavier than your body. That does not make you weak. It makes you honest. Let me take you into a very small moment. The lights are off. Your phone is finally quiet. Your body is ready to sleep. But your eyes feel warm. Your chest feels tight. And maybe tears are closer than words. You are not overreacting. You are reaching the end of yourself. And that is often where God meets you most gently. Scripture tells us something deeply personal about God. He notices tears, not symbolically, not generally, personally. The Psalms describe a God who keeps record of sorrow, who does not dismiss pain as weakness, who draws close when the heart feels crushed. That means tonight is not too emotional for God. It is exactly the kind of night He understands. Many people believe they must calm down before coming to God. But God does not require composure. He responds to truth. If your truth tonight is sadness, bring that. If your truth is exhaustion, bring that. If your truth is silent tears, bring those. God is not uncomfortable with what you feel. He is compassionate toward it. There is something important to say clearly. Crying before sleep is not losing faith. It is releasing pressure. Tears are often the body's way of letting go, of what words could not carry. And God does not rush that process. He stays with you in it. The night prayer you are entering now is not about fixing your emotions. It is about being held inside them. The Bible does not promise that nights will be painless. It promises that God will be present in them. Present enough to calm, present enough to guard, present enough to restore. Here is the core truth for this moment. You do not need to understand your feelings tonight. You only need to place them somewhere safe. God's presence is that place. So here is your gentle action for this first part of the night. Stop explaining yourself. You don't need to justify why you feel the way you do. You don't need to minimize it. You don't need to rush past it. You might simply whisper, God, I'm tired. Please hold me. And let that be enough. Let your shoulders drop. Let your breathing slow. Let the tears come if they need to. This is not a breakdown. This is release. And release is where peace begins. You are not alone in this quiet. God is closer than you feel, more attentive than you realize. And tonight, He is not asking you to be strong. He is asking you to rest. As the night continues, something gentle begins to happen. The intensity of the day loosens its grip, not because everything is resolved, but because you are no longer forcing yourself to hold it together. This is where God often begins His quiet work. There is a misunderstanding many people carry into the night, that they must feel peaceful before they can rest. But peace does not come from controlling emotion. It comes from being accompanied inside it. God does not wait for you to calm down. Before He draws near, He comes close because you are weary. Think about how often gratitude and rest are connected in Scripture. Not gratitude because life is perfect, but gratitude because God is faithful within imperfection. When you pause at night and look back, even briefly, you may notice something steady beneath the chaos. You were carried today, not flawlessly, not effortlessly, but faithfully. There were moments you didn't collapse when you could have. Moments you made it through without knowing how. Moments of quiet strength that were not your own. That realization softens the heart. Here is an important truth for tired souls. Gratitude is not denial of pain. It is recognition of presence. You can be thankful and still hurting. You can be grateful and still exhausted. You can acknowledge God's goodness without pretending the day was easy. God honors that honesty. As the night deepens, your body may still feel heavy. That's okay. Rest does not require instant relief. It requires permission. Permission to stop processing. Permission to stop replaying. Permission to stop explaining yourself. Even to God, He already knows. Night prayer is not about finding the right words. It is about letting the heart unclench. About allowing yourself to say, I don't need to understand everything tonight. Because understanding can wait. Rest cannot. You may notice thoughts trying to pull you back into the day. Conversations, mistakes, unfinished emotions. When they come, don't push them away aggressively. Just don't follow them. Let them pass like waves, while you stay anchored in God's presence. Here is the core insight for this moment. God's peace is not fragile. It does not break when you feel too much. It does not disappear when emotions rise. It guards, quietly, steadily, even when the heart is tired. This is why Scripture speaks of peace, guarding the heart, not replacing it, not silencing it, guarding it. So here is your action for this part of the night. Shift from analyzing to receiving. You might whisper, God, thank you for carrying me today, even here. That simple acknowledgement opens space. Not space for answers, space for rest. Let your breathing slow naturally. You don't need to force calm. Calm comes when the soul realizes it is no longer alone with its weight. And tonight, you are not. God is here, not rushing you, not correcting you, not demanding strength, just staying. As the quiet stretches on, the night begins to do what it always does best. It separates what truly matters from what only felt urgent. During the day, everything competes for your attention. Every thought feels important. Every emotion demands a response. But at night, with nothing left to perform, the soul starts sorting gently. This is where God often speaks, not loudly, but clearly. There is a kind of emotional fatigue that comes from carrying unspoken things, words you didn't say, feelings you didn't explain, reactions you swallowed because it wasn't the right moment. Those things don't disappear. They wait, and night gives them room. God is not intimidated by what surfaces here. He does not rush you past it. He does not minimize it. He stays. One of the most misunderstood spiritual practices is gratitude. Many people think gratitude is pretending things didn't hurt. But biblical gratitude is different. It is not saying everything was good today. It is saying, God was good with me today, even when I struggled, even when I felt fragile, even when I didn't have answers. That kind of gratitude does not deny pain. It softens it. The prayers of gratitude passed down through faith were never written by people with perfect days. They were written by people who learned to notice God's presence inside imperfect ones. Tonight, gratitude may feel quiet, not enthusiastic, not overflowing, just honest. You might notice a few small things. You made it through the day. You are here now. You are breathing. These are not insignificant. They are evidence of being carried. Here is a gentle truth for tired hearts. You don't have to name everything you're thankful for to benefit from gratitude. Sometimes gratitude is simply pausing long enough to admit you are not alone. That pause is enough. The night also invites you to let go of something specific. Not everything, just one thing you have been replaying. A conversation, a worry, a mistake. You don't have to resolve it tonight. You only have to stop holding it. God does not require resolution before rest. He offers rest so resolution can come later, with clearer eyes and a steadier heart. Here is where logic becomes gentle. If God is truly with you, then you don't need to process everything right now. If God is truly faithful, then unfinished things are not emergencies. If God is truly good, then rest is not irresponsible. It is trust. The scriptures often connect peace with guarding. Peace is described as something that stands watch over the heart. That means even when emotions move, even when thoughts drift, even when the heart feels tender, peace does not leave. It stays, not fragile, not dependent on mood, steady. This is the peace God offers at night, not by erasing emotion, but by surrounding it. So tonight, you are not asked to feel different. You are asked to be held differently, held by grace, held by patience, held by a God who understands emotional weight. Here is your action for this part of the night. Choose one breath to release something. On the inhale, acknowledge what you're feeling. No editing, no fixing. On the exhale, imagine placing it into God's hands. You don't need to imagine outcomes, just release. Then let your breathing return to its natural rhythm. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are doing something deeply spiritual right now, learning how to stop carrying everything alone. And the night is helping you. God is here in this quiet, not rushing you toward peace, but letting peace arrive slowly. As the night moves deeper, something subtle shifts inside you. The need to explain yourself begins to fade. You no longer feel the urge to justify why you feel this way, why the day affected you, why your heart feels tender. You are simply here, and God is not asking for explanations. There is a quiet freedom in realizing this. You don't have to make sense of everything you feel in order to rest. Feelings are not problems to solve tonight. They are signals that you have been human all day. God does not correct that. He honors it. Think about how often Jesus met people before they had clarity, before they had understanding, before they had strength. He did not say, "Come back when you feel better." He said, "Come as you are." That invitation has not changed. One reason nights feel emotionally heavier is because the soul finally stops performing. No more roles to play, no more composure to maintain, no more expectations to meet. What's left is truth. And truth, when held alone, can feel overwhelming. But truth, when held with God, becomes lighter. Here is an important clarity for this moment. God does not rush emotional healing. He does not pull you forward before you are ready. He does not force peace before honesty. He sits with you, and sitting is sometimes the most powerful form of care. You may notice memories surfacing now, not dramatic ones. Small moments, something someone said, a look you didn't forget, a disappointment you brushed aside earlier. These memories are not here to hurt you. They are here because the noise is gone, and the heart finally feels safe enough to speak. God is not alarmed by this. He listens without urgency. Here is the core truth of this part of the night. You are allowed to feel what you feel, without rushing toward resolution. Resolution comes later. Rest comes now. So tonight, do not force closure. Do not try to wrap things up emotionally. Leave some things open. God is capable of holding unfinished stories. You don't need to tie every loose end before sleep. Here is your action for this part of the night. Choose gentleness over control. When a thought arises, instead of asking, "Why do I feel this way?" try saying, "It's okay to feel this and still rest." That permission changes the tone of the night. Let your body sink a little deeper. Let the quiet stay quiet. You are not being unproductive. You are being cared for. And in this stillness, something important is happening. Not loudly, not quickly, but faithfully. God is with you here. As the night continues, something quieter than thought begins to take over. Acceptance. Not acceptance of everything that happened. Not agreement with the pain or confusion, but acceptance that this moment does not need fixing. There is a deep kind of tiredness that comes when you've been trying to hold yourself together emotionally. You told yourself, "I'll deal with this later. I'll think about it tomorrow. I just need to get through today." And you did. But now that tomorrow hasn't arrived yet, your heart is asking for relief, not answers. God understands that. One of the most comforting truths about God is that He does not pressure the heart. He does not hurry grief. He does not rush understanding. He does not demand emotional neatness. He allows process, and process often needs night. You may notice that the questions are quieter now, not gone, just softer. They don't demand solutions anymore. They simply exist, and that is okay. Not every question needs an answer before sleep. Some questions are meant to rest too. There is a passage in Scripture that speaks of God giving sleep to those He loves, not after they resolve everything, not once they feel peaceful, but because they are loved. Sleep is not a reward for emotional stability. It is a gift of care. Here's the truth settling in this part of the night. You do not need to carry clarity into sleep. You only need to carry trust. Trust that God can hold what you do not understand. Trust that He can continue the work you pause. Trust that nothing important is lost when you rest. Your emotions do not disqualify you from peace. They are simply evidence that you lived today with an open heart. God does not close that heart to protect you. He surrounds it. You might notice your breathing deepen now. Your body is responding to permission. Permission to stop processing. Permission to stop revisiting. Permission to stop asking yourself to be okay. This is not avoidance. This is wisdom. Here is your action for this part of the night. Let yourself not know for a while. When a thought begins with, "I still don't understand," let it end with, "And that's okay for tonight." Then let the thought pass. You are not giving up on growth. You are trusting God with timing. Healing does not always happen through insight. Sometimes it happens through rest. Stay here a little longer, in this quiet acceptance, in this gentle slowing, in this place where God is not fixing you, but holding you. As the night leans further into stillness, something changes in the way your heart holds the day. Not because the day suddenly makes sense, but because it no longer needs to. You are no longer carrying the emotions. You are letting them rest beside you. That is a quiet kind of healing. There is a moment when the soul realizes it does not have to finish everything tonight. Not every feeling needs interpretation. Not every memory needs meaning. Not every ache needs resolution. Some things simply need rest. And God allows that. Many people think healing happens when insight arrives. But often, healing begins when pressure leaves. Pressure to explain. Pressure to improve. Pressure to be okay. God does not heal you by demanding progress. He heals you by providing presence. And tonight, presence is enough. You may notice that your thoughts are softer now. They still appear, but they no longer shout. They come. They linger briefly. Then they fade. This is not because you forced them away. It is because your heart no longer needs them to protect you. Here is a truth that brings calm at this stage of the night. You do not need to be emotionally resolved to be spiritually safe. God's care does not wait for your feelings to settle. It surrounds you while they settle. There is a reason Scripture often connects night with restoration. Night removes urgency. It strips away performance. It invites honesty without demand. In the dark, You are not required to look strong. You are only invited to be real, and God meets you there. If you listen closely now, the loudest voice is no longer fear. It is gentleness. A gentleness that says, you don't have to rush. You don't have to decide. You don't have to fix this now. That voice is not avoidance. It is wisdom. This is where many people misunderstand rest. They think rest means forgetting what hurts. But rest means trusting God with what hurts. Trusting that He can continue the work while you pause. Trusting that nothing important will be lost because you chose to sleep. Here is the core insight of this moment. God does not need your exhaustion to prove your sincerity. He does not measure faith by how much you can endure without rest. He measures faith by whether you are willing to place yourself in His care. And tonight, you are doing that. Your body may feel heavy now. Let it. Your mind may feel distant. That's okay. These are signs that your nervous system is responding to safety, not the absence of problems, but the presence of God. Here is your action for this part of the night. Stop checking in on yourself. Stop asking, am I calm enough yet? Is this working? Those questions belong to effort. You are past effort now. Simply remain. If a final emotion surfaces, let it. If nothing surfaces, let that be okay too. There is no correct experience here, only permission. Permission to rest without clarity. Permission to sleep without closure. Permission to trust God with what remains unfinished. You are not delaying healing by resting. You are allowing it to deepen. Because healing that begins in rest lasts longer than healing forced by effort. Stay here. God is still with you. As the night approaches its deepest quiet, the heart stops reaching outward, not because it has nothing left to say, but because it finally feels safe enough to be silent. This is not emptiness. This is rest settling in. Earlier tonight, emotions needed space. Thoughts needed room to move. The heart needed to be heard. Now those needs have softened, not erased, but soothed. Like waves that no longer crash, only move gently beneath the surface. There is a sacred moment when the soul realizes, I don't need to stay awake to be cared for. That realization changes everything. Because staying awake was never the source of safety. Thinking harder was never the source of peace. Holding on was never the source of strength. God was, and God still is. You are not drifting into sleep unguarded. You are settling into rest surrounded by care. Care that does not fade when consciousness does. Care that does not depend on your awareness. Care that continues quietly, faithfully, completely. This is why Scripture speaks of God as a keeper, not a responder, not a backup. A keeper, one who stays when you sleep, one who watches when you cannot, one who remains when you let go. At this point in the night, nothing more needs to be processed. Nothing needs to be revisited. You are allowed to let the day remain unfinished. God is capable of holding unfinished things. Notice how your breathing feels now. Less deliberate, more natural. Your body is trusting what your heart already knows. It is safe to rest. That safety does not come from answers. It comes from presence. Here is a quiet truth to carry into this stillness. You do not need to carry your emotions into sleep. You can leave them here, not abandoned, entrusted. Entrusted to a God who does not misplace fragile things. You may feel yourself drifting now, thoughts thinning, awareness softening. There is no need to resist this. Sleep is not loss of control. It is an act of trust. If one last thought passes through your mind, let it be simple. Not a question, not a request, just a reminder. I am held. Let that be enough. Nothing else needs to happen tonight. No insight, no breakthrough, no resolution. Just rest. Deep, gentle, deserved. God is here, and you can sleep. As the night completes its gentle arc, there is nothing left to carry forward, nothing left to name, nothing left to resolve. Only rest, quiet, unforced, complete. You have allowed this night to do its work, not by striving, not by understanding, but by trusting. Trusting God with what you could not fix, trusting Him with what you could not finish, trusting Him with the parts of your heart that needed care more than answers. That trust has settled into you now. Here's the truth that remains when words fall away. God has been with you in every breath of this night. In the moments you felt heavy, in the moments you felt quiet, in the moments you stopped thinking altogether. Nothing escaped His attention. Nothing overwhelmed His care. You do not need to carry this night into tomorrow. You do not need to remember what you released. God remembers for you. What you placed in His hands stays there. So let this be the final movement of your heart. Not a long prayer, not a request, just a whisper, soft enough to feel like breathing. God, I rest in you, and now, be still.